Yo, welcome to the first ever Crash the Glass episode. We're talking about the trends of defense. Crash the Glass is the media for PBL. PBL is a practical basketball league. Practical basketball is a Roblox basketball game. It's not officially out, but it'll be coming out soon, either this year or early next year. Uh, so yeah, I'll put the Discord link in the description. If you want to see the interviews that I gave the coaches, it's in the PBL Discord, which will be in the description. I'll post a comment for the link, and I'll pin that comment. So yeah, it should be everywhere if you want to get there. And we're gonna talk about the state of defense in PBL. And the first trend I seen, I interviewed college NBA coaches. First trend I seen, teams gonna run zone defense. I feel like the main reason people want to run zones because they feel like league court would not be as big as I shouldn't say that. I should say a lot of people think gym court is probably gonna be as big as league, but I feel like this court right here it's fine to run zone because it's kind of small. But in league situation, I don't know. Maybe the court would be the same, but the court look a lot bigger for a league court than a gym court. So like it's gonna be hard to run zone. But I feel like a good team can still run zone. The main problem is I feel like zone defense is better as a change up. It's not good to run for the whole game unless the team has like multiple non-shooters or they're just very dumb. They can't make reads. It's either one of those two. I feel like it's a good option to have in your bag. You want to switch things up for a little bit, but to use the whole game, there's sweet spots in the zone, like the middle of the floor. Like one of the ways I would exploit a zone, I would put one of my best shooters at the wing, not the wing, at the free throw line area, and then as soon as they get the ball, someone else cuts at the same time. So someone who's guarding the paint has to guard two at the same time, and you can't prevent a pass to the middle like real life, because there's not really like ways to force turnovers off of passes unless like someone throws a bad pass. Unlike in real life, you can force a bad pass to the middle and just steal that shit. I feel like only one of the ways you could probably defend it, the best way is probably just have a fast big guard the paint, and then they have to step up to the free throw line area a little bit. So then it makes it like harder for the person to shoot, obviously, and they could probably still recover to the cutter if they're fast. But again, I feel like the best zone will not be a normal zone, will be a matchup zone because it's more of like a man-to-man type zone. I shouldn't say that. I should say it's a zone with man-to-man principle. So you rotate like it's man-to-man, and you switch through it. You switch through like if people go through your zones and you just switch through it, like the people just switch. The goal is keep the big in the paint in a matchup zone. And it can confuse the offense. Like a team thinking running a normal zone, there's sweet spots in it. But yeah, I feel like it's gonna be good versus ISO players versus dumb players versus teams who can't shoot. But yeah, let's go to the main trend in my opinion, was switchability / versatility. A lot of teams are gonna want to switch pick and rolls, which I think is smart if you have switchable defenders, because it keeps your good defenders on a team's good offensive players if they're switchable, and it keeps your team out of rotation. So the main goal offensively, my bad for that, is to force clear advantages through numbers or bad matchups where a team has to overhelp. Teams can overhelp, they can rotate, but rotating consistently is hard versus teams who create advantages. So yeah, the keys for defense is take away advantages as fast as possible and not have more than one weak link on defense. You can hide one weak link, but two I think is very hard to hide unless the team doesn't have that much offensive threats. Even they don't, it's still easy to target. So I think you need only one person who can't guard completely on the ball, and they have to be good off-ball defender too to nullify the fact that they're not the good on-ball defender. Like if they can be someone who's good in the passing lanes and know how to rotate, then yeah, it's ideal. But like the weak link can't be the big man unless you have a good screen navigator, and even then they have their big. If you face a post big and your big is a weak link, then you're getting fried the whole entire game. Unless your team can rotate consistently. Like the only way a team could offset bad matchups is if they rotate consistently. I feel like to have that you have to have a group of high IQ defenders and a group with speed. And yeah, that's hard to find. The speed part's not hard, it's more about the high IQ defenders. A lot of people who play road ball don't have high IQ. Which is why zone defenses can stifle a low IQ team. I guess they don't know the sweet spots. But yeah, the main trend we've seen zone defenses and switchability. which I think is smart. We will probably see normal defenses like normal pick and roll covers like drop coverage, only if a guard can get through screens consistently, which I think is possible, but it's probably a safer bet to have multiple switchable defenders, mainly forwards, obviously. A guard or a big should not be switching a lot less. I mean, maybe a big, not a guard, but forwards, yeah, they can probably, if they're a defensive build, they can switch. But yeah, that's the end of the video. But we talking about offensive trends later. And we're gonna break down one possession here. We have a post up and a dunk. And let's try to see if they do something that I just talked about on offense or defense. So we see drive to the rim, and that's where switching could be problematic, I guess. So yeah, we're out.